This is a follow-up video for Teresa Saunder's deck. It looks like our trouble started here with an incorrect ledger. There was some confusion on where the deck was to be placed and the size of the deck. I don't understand why this particular joist was then attached in this fashion. Could have just butted ledger together and then put the joist on it, but it seems to be sturdy enough. As we come across and take a look at the joints themselves, there's just a lot of inconsistency. These carriage bolts are not bad, pretty much centered. When we come over here, as you can see, these carriage bolts, I'm not even sure that top carriage bolt is in this post. Misfortunate that the joint fell this way. I understand why they had to go to the side of the joist, but I would have taken a measurement and then transferred that measurement around and marked a line as to where I needed to put my carriage bolts. And once again here, just, in my opinion, just no attention to detail. The carriage bolts themselves, if we come around the front, hidden by the gutter on this particular post, but why wouldn't a line be marked to reference the center of the post so that when holes are drilled, you know you're hitting the post itself? We come over and look at the step build. It all starts with starting square. If we would have started square here, we wouldn't have had misalignment on the cap board for the rail. We already have separation here. Separation. I don't understand why so many nails are being utilized when lag screws are being placed. Possibly twisted lumber before the lag screws were put in, but in my opinion, that's a poor choice of lumber. Shouldn't be purchasing twisted lumber for the outside portions of the deck. Got a cap rail up here. Zoom in, placed, already split with a notch out of it. Why utilize that quality of wood for a cap, a rail cap? Coming around. Inconsistent links on treads. Why not flush? Why not the same length? And this cut here. Again, more just Numerous nails. Going crazy with an air nailer. Complete miss here. That tread, within a couple of months, is going to be pulling away. Just crooked cuts. Risers. Risers. As you can see, why aren't they square? Every one of them. Well, here's one. Acceptable. Fairly acceptable here. But why not just put a great quality of work? Put some craftsmanship in it. If you cut the board bad, you cut it short, eat the cost, cut a new board. Yell at the guy that cut the board. Not too bad here on the shaving on the rail. You would assume, looking over at the adjacent rail, you would have a matching rail. Come over here. Not sure what was used. It looks to me like maybe a handsaw ran across the top to shave it off. All because of missed angle. Gaps. Poor cut. Not a straight cut, leading to a gap. Simple miter here. Gap. Line was made. Missed the line. Not sure that would have made the angle correct. Coming back. Cap board. Already damaged. Replaced as new. Once again, looking at treads and risers. I don't get it. Why not cut them all the same? And this is what the customer sees going up the steps. Did a good job over here. Not too bad here. A couple of different discrepancies. To the screened-in porch. Large gap under the door. I do understand the door had to be placed in backwards so that it would open correctly. Toward the inside, not sure why shim had to be placed in here, maybe due to some damage. Coming in, starting off with the aesthetics of finish. I mean, just why? Why would you install that? Why would you even install that? Yeah, I can get it up there if I pull it crooked. But for this to be level, this doesn't match. I don't understand it. Obviously, expectation was a screened-in porch. Prevent insects. Here, once again, why not just pull the nail out, drive one in straight? Here, why not mark the center of the post? Mark the center of the post so that when you're drilling your holes, you have two carriage bolts in alignment with each other. posts here. Better job done here. Some of the joists on the roof are actually not touching this header. Up here. Angles on boards, incorrect. I assume there's one nail, maybe, up in the very tip of that joist. Into that 2x4, 2x6. Looks like all the other ones are done pretty good. Here's this, another one. Angle cut in correctly. One nail maybe. No flashing completed. It's my understanding the roofers were supposed to complete flashing. And then gaps created from a miscut of metal here, not allowing this to set flush here. Take it off, cut it correctly, or grab another piece, cut it correctly. I am not sure if I do see flashing. I stand corrected. I do see flashing here. Nothing you can do about the siding there. And then here, misalignment between the initial post here and what was expected to be the edge of the deck. I probably would have cut the siding last after the post was installed. So now we have a gap. I don't see any, I do see flashing up to this point. So obviously moisture compromised all the way down. So that is the deck for Teresa Saunders. As I explained, highly disappointed in the craftsmanship. I know a good price was offered, but if a price is offered, quality should still be present. It can't be used as an excuse for poor quality. I'm sure builders and carpenters do not ask how much a project costs before they decide to put their personal investment and pride into a build, or in this case, represent a company they are employed by. I've been notified someone is coming by to fill all of these holes with wood putty and make arrangements to resolve the other discrepancies. It's just unfortunate. It couldn't have been completed when it was initially built. It would have saved everyone time and money. Measure twice, cut once. Don't accept a bad cut. Eat the cost, recut again, install, train your staff.